So I woke up one Tuesday and decided, today's the day. Today, I'm going to be completely honest. No more little white lies. No more nodding along in meetings. No more pretending my neighbor's new haircut looks anything but tragic. I was going to unleash the unvarnished, brutal truth upon an unsuspecting world. What could possibly go wrong? The day started, as all days do, with coffee. My roommate, bless his cotton socks, had brewed a fresh pot. He asked, "Hey, how's the coffee?" Usually, I'd say, "Great, thanks man." But not today. Today was honesty day. So I took a sip, grimaced, and said, "It tastes like burnt sadness and regret, like you strained it through a dirty gym sock." His smile just kind of deflated. He spent the rest of the morning silently Googling artisanal coffee beans. Minor casualty, I thought. The truth must prevail. Next up, work. The morning meeting. My boss, a man whose primary skill is turning a 5-minute update into a 45-minute existential crisis, unveiled his latest masterpiece, a PowerPoint presentation so dense with buzzwords it could achieve singularity. He finished with a flourish, and that dreaded question hung in the air. So, any thoughts? The room was silent. Everyone was practicing their best thoughtful but non-committal face. Not me. I raised my hand. "Yes, I have some thoughts," I said, my voice echoing in the stale, air-conditioned silence. That was, without a doubt, the most profound waste of an hour I have ever experienced. "Your slides look like a ransom note written by a committee of colorblind squirrels, and the core concept is so fundamentally flawed that I am genuinely concerned you might have suffered a minor stroke while creating it." The silence that followed was different. It wasn't the usual post-meeting silence. It was a thick, heavy, yuga-stended Euro-career silence. My boss's eyes started twitching. My coworkers looked at me like I'd just sprouted a second head that was singing opera. I was escorted out of the meeting, and then, a few hours later, out of the building, with my belongings in a cardboard box. Apparently, corporate synergy doesn't synergize well with unfiltered honesty. Who knew? Jobless but not defeated, I figured it was time for lunch. I went to my favorite little cafe. The owner, a sweet old lady named Martha, asked me how I was doing. "I just got fired for telling my boss his ideas were idiotic," I said, cheerfully. Martha blinked. "Oh dear," she said. She then asked how I liked the soup of the day. "It's lumpy," I replied. "The texture is unsettling, like a primordial ooze, and it has the distinct aftertaste of a forgotten dream." She just took my bowl away without a word and didn't come back. I think I'm banned now. The afternoon was a whirlwind of social destruction. I ran into an old friend who proudly showed me pictures of his newborn baby. He asked, "Isn't she the cutest?" I peered at the photo. "Honestly," I said, "it looks like a disgruntled, slightly sunburned potato. All babies look like that. It's nothing personal." He didn't seem to take it as impersonally as I'd hoped. He just walked away, muttering something about me being a monster. Then my mom called. She asked if I was ever going to give her grandchildren. "Mom," I said, with the biological clock of a mayfly and the romantic appeal of a wet Tuesday, "the odds are not in your favor. Furthermore, bringing a child into this chaotic, crumbling world seems like a uniquely cruel act." The line went dead. I think I broke my mom. By evening, I was a social pariah. I had no job, no friends, no family willing to speak to me, and I was pretty sure I was banned from my favorite cafe. I sat alone in my apartment, my roommate having locked himself in his room with his new, ethically sourced, single-origin coffee beans. I thought, well, that was a disaster. Honesty's clearly not the best policy. It's a weapon of mass destruction. I decided, that's it. From now on, it's back to polite lies and pleasantries. Never again, and that's when things got weird. He went to bed, vowing to wake up as a new, more diplomatic man. But when I woke up, I wasn't in my bed. I was in a stark white room, sitting in a chair. Across from me was a man in a crisp suit, holding a tablet. He looked up at me, his expression unreadable. "Subject for B7, he said, his voice flat. "Daily honesty simulation complete. Result, Total societal rejection. Anomaly detected. I just stared at him. What? He sighed, like a parent explaining something to a particularly dense child. You volunteered for the Honesty Protocol, an experimental program to determine the viability of a completely transparent society. You've been running this simulation, the same day, over and over, for the past 50 years. Every morning, we wipe your memory and you decide to be honest. And every single day, it ends in chaos. You get fired, your friends hate you, your mom cries. Every single time. 50 years, I whispered. But why? Why would I do that? The man in the suit raised an eyebrow. That's the anomaly. You see, after the first few dozen catastrophic failures, most subjects choose to revert to the default setting, a life of comfortable, socially acceptable dishonesty. But not you. Every morning, just before the memory wipe, you insist on another go. You always say the same thing. He tapped his tablet, and a recording of my own voice filled the room, scratchy and tired. Let me try again, my voice sighed. I know I can get it right. I just need to be more honest. The man in the suit switched off the recording. We don't understand it, he said. It's a paradox. Your relentless pursuit of a truth that society is fundamentally built to reject has trapped you in this loop. You're trying to solve an unsolvable equation, and every time you fail, you condemn yourself to try again. You did this to yourself. You chose this, and in that sterile white room, the weight of 50 years of self-inflicted Tuesdays crashed down on me. All those ruined relationships. The lost jobs, the potato-faced babies, the lumpy soup. It wasn't a single bad day. It was my life, or what was left of it. I had flown too close to the sun of truth, and my wings weren't just melted. They had been systematically uncreated, over and over, forever. He was right. I had finally spoken my mind, and I would have to do it again. And again. Never again wasn't an option. It was a luxury I had honestly talked myself out of 50 years ago. So what's the lesson here? Primera abinoidea. Maybe don't sign up for psychological experiments. Or maybe, just maybe, when your roommate asks how the coffee is, just say it's great. It's so much easier. Trust me. I know. If you enjoyed this descent into madness, or if you've ever had a day where you just wanted to tell everyone what you really think, hit that like button. Share this with a friend who's a little too honest for their own good. And please subscribe for more questionable life advice and existential dread. Thanks for watching.